My name is Murphy Brown, the host for Stories from the African Diaspora. And today, I am going to be telling you a story about Anansi and Tiger. Now, Anansi is a trickster, and if he can get away without doing any work and still gain, he's all for that. Anansi one day went down to the river to catch fish. And he did that because everybody else was having a hard time, so he couldn't really trick anyone into feeding him. So after the river, he went to catch some fish to eat. And while he was there, he was very successful. He looked here, he caught fish. He looked there, he caught fish. And Anansi lit a fire and cooked the fish because he had his pot with him, as he had planned to go and beg other people for food, but nobody had any food to give him. So he had his pot, he washed the fish, scaled the fish, seasoned the fish, because where Anansi lived, it was easy to find seasoning growing all around. He cooked the fish, he ate some of it, and the rest he put in a basket, and he was on his way home. He was on his way home, he was singing, he was happy, he had food to last him for a few days. And as Anansi was walking along, he heard a growl. Anansi stopped, he looked around. There was Tiger. Anansi, what do you have there? Anansi was scared of Tiger. Nothing, Tiger. So Tiger said, are you sure you have nothing there? Anansi said, no, I have nothing, just this empty, empty basket, empty, empty pot. Tiger said, okay, go ahead. And Anansi kept going. And when he had walked a little distance, he stopped, he sat under a tree, and he took one fish out, he ate it. He took out another fish, he ate it, and then suddenly he heard a growl again. Anansi, you lied to me. You have food in there. Anansi was caught. He didn't know what to say. Now, Tiger had always bullied Anansi because he's so much bigger than Anansi. And Anansi was shaken, he was scared. He said, okay, you caught me. Tiger grabbed Anansi's pot. He took everything out of it. He ate it, ate everything, threw the bones back in the pot, rubbed his stomach, burped, and said, oh, now I'm full. Anansi, go on, and don't lie to me again. So Anansi started walking. Tiger was following him. And then Anansi was planning how to get his revenge. And suddenly he stopped under a tree and he said, as if he was speaking to himself, as if he didn't realize that Tiger was right behind him. Woo! A fruit tree. Look at those luscious fruit. Tiger jumped right in. Fruit. Anansi, climb up and get those fruit for me. And Anansi said, oh, Tiger, you're here. I didn't realize you were here. Of course I'm gonna go up and get fruit for you. So Anansi climbed up the tree, picked fruit, and then suddenly he looked down and said, Tiger, oh my goodness, this is so alarming. You should see the lice crawling in your hair. I can see them from up here. Tiger said, what? Come down and get them out of my hair. So Anansi came down. He stopped right above Tiger's head. He said, well, for me to catch them, you have to stand still. Tiger said, well, I'm standing still. Anansi made a swipe at Tiger's head. No, you're not standing still enough. I can't catch any of these lice. Your head has to be tied to the tree for it to be steady, and then I can get the lice. And Tiger said, well, then go and get a vine and tie my head to the tree. What is wrong with you, Anansi? I need you to get these lice out of my head. So Anansi got a vine, tied Tiger's head to the tree, and he said, you know what, Tiger? This is still not working. You need a vine tied around your middle. So Tiger said, fine, just pass me a vine, I'll tie it around my middle. He tied the vine around his middle. Okay, Anansi, now get these lice out of my head. You're really wasting time. These things could be sucking all the blood out of my body. What is wrong with you, Anansi? Get on with it, get on with it. And Anansi said, well, I am not going to do anything of the sort. You're on your own. And Tiger said, what? Anansi, you're disobeying me? Do you know who you're talking to? Anansi said, yes, I'm talking to the idiot who's all tied up to this tree. So I'm gone, and Anansi took off. Now, Tiger was struggling, he was growling, he was making such a big noise that a hunter who was far away heard this and thought, what is that sound? And the hunter drew nearer and nearer, saw that Tiger was tied up, harmless, and the hunter took Tiger out, and that was the end of that Tiger. Nancy got his revenge, and when he went back to get more fish, there was nobody there to bother him. He was happy, he was singing, he did his fishing, he got his fish, he cooked, he went home, and that is how Anansi got rid of Tiger and was able to live in peace for a while. Thank you for listening to the story of Anansi and the bullying tiger. I will be back with another story about Anansi. So until next time, thank you for listening.